What's going on, Dope fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys been doing well. It's been a while. I haven't done a video in, I think, in about 10 days or so. To be honest, there hasn't really been any other updates to show you guys, hence why I stopped the uploading. But I'm back, and we actually had a really nice sweep of the lows with FOMC today. Of course, we didn't have any interest rate cuts today, and I do expect no cuts to probably October at earliest. As you guys can see, September, the probabilities are about 56% of actually staying, and yesterday it was like 80% of actually getting a rate cut. So of course, Powell was really hawkish with the Fed meeting, and to be honest, in my opinion, having no cuts is quite bullish. I'm on the side that interest rate cuts will probably be the leading indicator that more than likely the bull is heading to a close, and you guys are definitely running out of time with that. But it's looking quite good because it's actually more than likely that we actually have no cuts for September, which is really bullish in my opinion, because just look at the charts. Like, if you look at the charts, why would an interest rate cut actually help us if we've been up only for Bitcoin the past 2 years? In my opinion, it will be the last final hurrah for the bull cycle if we do get the interest rate cut. So ideally, we get no cuts and we just are higher for longer, which means higher prices for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and our base native token assets. But without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap, so be sure to follow those pages, and let's get right into it. First of all, for liquidations, as I've said, we actually got a lot of liquidations for the long side. We had a really nice scam wick to the downside during the FOMC. So if I go down and zoom in into the 1 hour, as you guys can see, we had a really nice triple tap of the lows. And what I mean by triple tap is this major low, 116k area, we've actually hit it 3 times now. And I really do think that we're more than likely going to have a close above this major downward consolidation due to the fact that Ethereum has actually broken out. It's broken out on the daily, so if I go to the daily, it's clearly broken out. And if I go down to the 1 hour, we've clearly broken out. Of course, Ethereum to Bitcoin has been gaining power. As you guys can see on the Ethereum to Bitcoin, we're just grinding up. And the targets have not changed. I really do think that during August, we'll probably tag that 0.04 region, and we have massive euphoria across the board. And when it comes for liquidations for the heat map, it's looking like we're going to have a massive liquidation event during August because we're having so many liquidations getting built up above us. The liquidations for the range highs have been protected for so long. As you guys can see, we're having a lot of liquidations getting built above us, and I really do think that these liquidations are going to get absolutely destroyed during August, and all-time highs to like the 130k plus region will be tagged. Because as you guys can see, let me just go down to the lower time frames as well. For the last 48 hours during the FOMC, we actually got a lot of liquidity below us. We wiped those late longers, and now we're heading above, and more than likely those late shorters will actually get wrecked. Of course, fuel to the fire for all-time highs. Our thesis for the long-short ratio was having a grind up because I really do think that during this leg up, long-short ratio will increase because, of course, more bulls will seep in, and which is quite normal. And as you guys can see, we're actually squeezing out. I draw this line to you guys previously where I really did think that we were going to squeeze and have an event where we would just grind up higher and higher, and of course topping out probably at this range over here. So as you guys can see, we're ranging now. We're probably going to trend up for the next probably 3 months or so, and this will really tell me that more than likely bulls are heading in, and we're going to see higher prices and higher prices for longer. Next up is Ethereum to Bitcoin. Of course, I showed you guys already, but the target is 0.04, and I really do think that this will get hit during August. Next up is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still consolidating, and I do think this consolidation will probably end during August, if not probably this week. But let's see how we go. I think the deadline is really August. If we don't break out by August, I really do think that we're probably going to roll down to making new lows, but no reason to be bearish right now. Worst case is we reject from here and make a new low to like the 116k once again, and then break out sometime in early August, and then we can make our way to really recover that third wave parabolic trend line. Let's see if we can recover it, because if we do recover it, it's looking quite likely to me that 150k will be hit during August and September. For Ethereum USD chart, it's looking so bullish. We've had a clear breakout to the upside, and it's just a reminder to show you guys as well. During the 28th of July, we had this consolidation getting built in, and we've finally broken out. We've had multiple closes above, and it's looking like to me the 4.1k region will be tagged probably sometime next week, if not this weekend. But let's see how we go. But of course, for deadlines, August will be the time for 4.1k to be hit. Let's see if we slice 4.1k like butter, because if you guys look through the liquidations for Ethereum, we're actually getting a lot of liquidations getting built up above us. Let me just go on the 3-day. As you guys can see, so many liquidations above us. Max pain is to the upside. And ideally, we slice through 4.1k, because if we do slice through 4.1k, we're going to head straight to all-time highs. As you guys can see, there really isn't much resistance above 4.1k. It's really just that all-time high region. We're pretty much going to teleport to like the 4.7k region once 4.1k gets a successful breakout. But of course, still early days. I do expect that inflection point to happen early August, and it's looking quite good on the lower time frames, like I said. So quite bullish. Of course, this will help our base native token assets. For total 3, same thing. It's actually looking like we're in a nice little ABC correction here. So let me just move this line over. As you guys can see, it's looking like we've had an ABC correction. So what ABC correction is, it's just a consolidation phase. So we've had that A, B, and now C, and we've actually retested that moving average. And really the confirmation of this to break out is just this downward consolidation sloping line. So yeah, like pretty much once we get above the 1.03 trillion area and break out from there, I do expect continuation for the total 3 market cap, which of course will really help our base native token assets. Next up is others as well. Others is doing the same thing, and others is like a direct correlation with altcoins, because of course it's excluding top 10. And we're doing another ABC correction. As you guys can see, ABC, and we're looking for that breakout just above the consolidation. And if we do get that breakout, I do expect base native token assets to absolutely explode. Next up is stock market. Stock market has been way more bullish than I previously thought. We of course drew up this bull flag pretty much like 2 weeks ago, and I did expect some consolidation to happen, which we did, but we're going straight up from here. Like we're comfortably in that parabolic trend, and once this parabolic trend breaks, I do expect a massive flush to the downside, because like let me just draw this up correctly. If we draw this up correctly, let me just get it here. So yeah, once we draw that, so we've tested that support multiple times now. I believe it's about 4 times now. And if we do have a break below, I do expect the previous all-time high to get retested. So if I was to draw it up, it would look something like this, where we break down, retest the all-time high, and then let's see if we get that continuation. Ideally, we get that continuation, because that would mean the markets are risk on, which will of course help Bitcoin, Ethereum, and base native token assets. Next up is Toshi. I haven't updated you guys Toshi in a while, and it's looking like we had a massive correction on Toshi. And of course, we've broken below our must-hold region. Our must-hold region was more so, if we break below, I don't expect massive pumps to occur, and it looks like Toshi just needs more time to consolidate, which we've had. If you guys can see, we've had some consolidation to occur. And if I just draw this up as well, it's looking like Toshi has gone through a 5-wave correction. So what a 5-wave is 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5. And if this is the case, we can expect this rejection and dump to be finally completed. Let's see if we can get another 5-wave move above. What I really would like to see for Toshi to really recover is to get a nice trend bounce above the 12-hour moving average for the Coinbase chart at least. As you guys can see, because I've drawn up as well, pretty much every time we've either rejected, we've dumped. When we tested that support, we've pumped. And now previously right now, like we haven't technically rejected yet off the moving average. We've just gone straight down below. So on the next pump for Toshi, I definitely would like to see this next level area of interest to get finally broken, and then we can actually get back above that major 6-4 key region. Because of course, looking back, like if we get a pump and reject at that moving average, I do expect continuation to the downside to occur. So if this was to happen, we go up here and then reject and then go back down, which of course I don't want to see happen. But if we do see Bitcoin and Ethereum make new highs, Toshi will probably break out the same way. It's looking quite good though, because Toshi has been hinting a lot of major announcements during August. So the reason why I really think that major catalysts are about to happen for Toshi, and most likely this Toshi pump will occur and we actually break above that 6-4 key region. For one, Toshi actually turned 2 years old, and this just tells me that more than likely they're really combining all of their major announcements probably sometime in August. And Coco also just tweeted as well, like the past few days and the coming days and weeks have me very hyped. Much to come. Wishing you all an amazing 2-year anniversary for Toshi. This has been 2 incredible years with achievements I can only wish for when we took over. So basically, like this is significant because Coco actually did something like this previously right before the Coinbase listing. I believe he did it like a hype kind of post to expect announcements to come about a month before Coinbase. So I do expect the same amount of levels of like hype and interest to come back, because Coco doesn't lie, and I do expect massive announcements to come for Toshi. So don't be surprised if this is all of a deviation and we actually break above violently. We expect massive announcements. Toshi can bounce quite hard, especially with Bitcoin and Ethereum breaking out. Next up is Alien Base. Alien Base is going back down to a massive risk to reward box entry. And as you guys can see, this is a really good DCA spot. We're back at the mid-range. And I've told you guys multiple times, if we do get that retest of that mid-range, it's looking quite good to DCA because it's just a really good risk to reward spot. And another thing to note is Alien Base is actually looking like it's done another ABC correction. So hopefully this is complete. If it is complete, we're going to do another 5-wave move to the upside. And hopefully that is the move that gets us above this accumulation range. Of course, looking back a week ago, we actually rejected. And I do expect a higher low to occur. And if we do get that higher low, which will be complete very soon, probably this week, it will more than likely mean that we're going to head to another higher high and make that trend change occur. Because one thing's for sure for Alien Base, the past year, Alien Base has been making lower highs and lower lows. So of course, we made a lower low here, a lower high. And now, for once, we're actually making a higher low, higher high. And now we're about to print another higher low. And ideally, we make that higher high, which will mean Alien Base has changing trend. And if we do break out of this diagonal consolidation trend line, it's looking like to me Alien Base will pump. And it probably means that base chain in general is being really healthy. And that Bitcoin and Ethereum is also breaking out. Next up is tweets. So first tweet is by Semka. He's covering the others chart, and which I just showed you for this video. And this is just showing a clear ABC correction. We got that correction. It's looking like to me this consolidation is now complete, and more than likely, if we do break above the B channel of this ABC correction, we're probably going to head up to make new highs, which of course will really help our base native token assets because of course they're a part of the others chart. Next up is Super Bitcoin, bro. This played out beautifully, cleaned up the 116k liquidity to refuel as expected. Daily uptrend has been held, should be heading back to 120k plus soon. And with no nearby liquidity left below, it might just keep on going this time to 130k. So what he means by this, if you go to the Bitcoin liquidity heat map chart, there is barely any liquidity below us now. Like it's just really not that many. And we have so much more liquidity above us. So max pain to me is looking like to the upside. And we're probably going to head straight to the 130k region based on that alone. And next up is by CryptoFi as well. So this is actually the Ethereum heat map. And same thing, like we have so much more liquidity above us. And it's really looking like August is the play. August is the month that where we actually make new highs and get mass liquidations on the short side. Next up is Credible. So Credible was actually covering this last week. And he was expecting a triple tap of the lows for Bitcoin. And we just had that now. So ideally what happens now is we actually break above this downtrend slope, which we're close to. We haven't actually confirmed yet. As you guys can see, this is the downtrend consolidation. And if we do get that close above, which it's looking like, but we haven't confirmed yet. Once that is confirmed, Bitcoin will be heading to new all-time highs and more than likely head to that 150k target. Of course, not confirmed yet, but it's really looking like August will be the month. Next up is Ethereum once again. ETH bears made all that noise and still couldn't get below the white bar. I hate to break it to them, but we're likely going higher, much higher. First of all, we dumped last night because of the FOMC meeting. Powell was really hawkish, which caused that massive wick to the downside. But of course, wicks mean buyers are stepping in, and it's really looking like we have a lot of demand at that 3,800 key level. So I do expect new highs to occur. It's just looking so bullish right now because we have so many bullish catalysts coming up, and every time there's a bearish event like we just had for the hawkish meeting from Powell, like we already bounced, we've already making new higher lows. And Ethereum is breaking out the consolidation. It's looking like Bitcoin's about to break out. So there is zero reason to be bearish right now. In my opinion, it's looking like base native token assets like Toshi, Alien Base, etc. will absolutely pop off during August, especially because Coinbase is actually allowing retail users on their Coinbase to actually purchase via their DEX aggregator on the Coinbase app very soon, probably sometime in August, which will of course allow more volume and liquidity to flow into Toshi, Alien Base, and all base native token assets. So looking quite bullish for base chain. A lot of catalysts coming up for base chain specifically, as well as Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I really do think that Bitcoin breaking out of this consolidation phase will be the nail in the coffin for the bears, and we're going to head to all-time highs and have a really nice time during August. But that's all to the video, guys. If you guys liked the video, like and subscribe. Sorry for the long hiatus. I will get back into daily videos. But like I said, there wasn't really any other updates to show you guys. I just wanted to wait for the FOMC meeting because I did expect that flush to occur. And we finally had the flush. It's looking like the low has been printed in. And I do expect now continuation to occur. Looks like Ethereum is front running what Bitcoin is about to do. But let's see where we go. No confirmation for Bitcoin yet. But that's all to the video, guys. Have a good one. Have a good day. Peace.